live funding versus prop firm funding. There's no real right answer on which one you should do. It's just all preference and what options you have available to you. Now, to simplify it all, what's live funding? What's prop firm funding? Well, live funding is what you use live funds for, right? Real cash, real capital that you have access to you. And I'm not doing that to gloat or anything like that. It's just that that's what live funding is. Now, what you could do if you don't have a lot of capital or any accessible cash to fund a live account so you can start trading is leverage a little bit of cash and go into a prop firm and then pass a prop firm challenge and then get funded through them. Now, I'm going to break down what a prop firm actually is, what are pros and cons of a prop firm, and what are the pros and cons of a live account. So a prop firm is a proprietary firm that basically funds you with a live trading account once you pass their challenges. They have a challenge which has phase 1 and phase 2, which usually the prop firms will ask for phase 1 to be either make 8% or 10% in 30 days, or in phase 2 make 5% in 60 days, which isn't that bad. It is kind of hard, but it's not the worst thing ever to get access to 100K for as little as $500, right? So to go over the pros and cons with that is pro, you can leverage a little bit of cash into a lot of cash, which is really good, especially when it comes to trading, because trading is just a numbers game. At the end of the day, if you work your risk reward ratio right and your percentages are there, then all you have to do is hit 2 to 3, 1 to 2 trades or 1 to 4 trades. And then before you know it, you're 8 to 12% in profit for the month. And on a 100K account, that's 8 to 12 grand right there, which a lot of people don't realize. That's a lot of money. That could change a lot of people's lives and, free up a lot of your time. Maybe you don't have to work a 9 to 5 anymore. But the smartest thing to do with that money is just roll that over into another investment. Or if you're serious into trading and you want no restrictions at all, put some of that money aside into a live account with a different brokerage. And then now you have 2 accounts, right? You have your actual live account and you also have your prop firm account, which you can keep leveraging into making more money. Another pro with a prop firm is you could actually scale up to $1 million with the majority of firms. And that's really crazy because let's say for $1 million, it'll probably cost you anywhere from like 2 to 3 grand between challenge accounts. But once you pass those challenge accounts, they actually refund you that money. So as long as you're live and don't violate any of the rules or restrictions, you're good. Now, it does have cons, and a couple of cons actually. We were talking about no restrictions with a live account. You have restrictions with a prop firm account. Some of the restrictions may vary on prop firm to prop firm, but the majority of them have the same restrictions. Daily drawdown limit, which would be no more than 5% of drawdown of the equity of the account, and then an overall drawdown limit of 10 to 12%, which is still great. That gives you a lot of leeway. But some prop firms actually don't let you trade news, or don't let you trade over the weekend, or don't let you hold trades over the night. These are things that you do have to do your due diligence and find out which prop firm is going to work best for you and suit your trading strategy. Now, with live funding, to go over some of the pros, is you have no restrictions whatsoever. You could over leverage the account, blow the account, risk 30% of the account on one trade just to make 60%, which you could 100% do. Not recommended, but you can do if that's your trading strategy. And nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna close your account. You're not gonna lose the account. Nothing's gonna happen. You could trade it however you like and however you please. Now, some of the cons are, well, if you don't know how to trade, you kind of have no structure. You have to create your own structure and be disciplined as a trader and make sure that your trading strategy and everything's on point on your live account. Because like I said, no one's holding your hand. There are no restrictions. There is no, hey, watch out for 5% daily drawdown, right? So you're on your own. The prop firm will make you have structure. It will force you to be disciplined. It will force you to stay within the guidelines. I don't like guidelines personally, but hey, it's a great tool to leverage into making a lot of money with a little bit of money. Now, I'm going to hop over to the computer and go over a couple prop firms for you guys, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so the 4 prop firms that I recommend and that I've worked with personally, not worked with, but past challenges personally, is Nations, FTMO, First Class Forex Funds, and My Forex Funds. To start off with Nations, I actually do work with them, privately, and I do some of their content for them and do some interviews as well, and I do have a link for them, and I will drop that link if you guys want to support me, or you choose this platform, you might as well get a little bonus out of it. And this is basically just their model. So to go through some of their accounts, right, you have your 50K, your 25K, and 100K. These are bi-weekly payout ones. Most prop firms are actually only monthly payouts. So with them, you do have the luxury of having bi-weekly ones if you do want to opt in for the bi-weekly payout ones. You do have larger account size as well on 250K. You guys will see on my YouTube channel that I did post a step-by-step how I pass nations funded account. That wasn't a given account. That was me. You're going to see in that video where I took all the trades and I went over all the actual trade setups that were used to pass that account. So here they have, proof, which is really good. A lot of prop firms don't go ahead and post interviews or, show actual certificates of people being funded, which is really good. That's important. You want to be able to know that they're a reliable company. And that's about it. So to go over their actual criteria is you have your profit target for the first phase, which would be 5%, and a minimum trading days of 8 days. Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually phase 2. Phase 1 is 10%. Phase 2 is 5%. And minimum trading days for phase 1 is 10 days. Minimum trading days for phase 2 is 8, actually, which is great. So their overall daily drawdown is 5%, and their overall drawdown in general is 10%, which is not bad at all. So moving forward to FTMO. I've passed a couple FTMO accounts. They're not bad at all. Their customer service is pretty good, actually. I do recommend them. You have your 100K, which will cost you 540. This is in pounds, but it roughly like 550, 560. And their minimum trading days for phase 1 would be 10 days. Your max day loss would be 5K, which would be 5%. Max loss 10%, 10K. Profit target for phase 2 would be 10. No, sorry. Profit target for phase 1 is 10K. I don't know why I keep messing that up. So verification phase 2 will be 5%. Same exact criteria for whether you blow the account or not, which would be your 5% daily drawdown or your 10% overall drawdown. Same exact thing. Just to show you guys, they do have a 200K, 50K, 25K, and 10K. So for one of the newer prop firms I just recently started doing accounts with is First Class Forex Funds. They're basically one of the cheapest prop firms that offer funded accounts with my Forex funds, which I'll move into now. They have the same exact criteria, but the good thing about this prop firm is they have up to a 90% profit split. Nations has 80, as well as FTMO. You could scale because they do have a scaling program where if you're in profit for 3 months straight, you could actually scale into a 90% payout. And payouts basically just what the percentage of profit that you get to keep, because they do get to keep a percentage of profit of your live account profits. So phase 1 is going to be 8%, which is great, right? Because FTMO you saw is 10%, Nations you saw was 10% as well. So they're a little bit more competitive, and their phase 2 is only 5%. So this is great, right? Because instead of having to do 10% on phase 1, you can only do 8. You only have to do 8%, which is amazing, right? That saves you a couple percent right there, so you can get that done quicker and safer. And their max actually loss is 12% overall, which is amazing. And your day loss is 5%. That does not change. So I do recommend them. I do have a live account with them, and the only reason I'm actually recommending these 4 is because I have live accounts with all 4 of them. So I don't want to give you guys any recommendations that I haven't used with before or have gone payouts with. So that's basically it for First Class Forex Funds. Moving into my Forex funds, these are actually the cheapest. And I mean, there's no real reason why they're the cheapest. That's just their model. It's the way they stay competitive. Phase 1 will be 8%, just like First Class. Phase 2 will be 5%, just like First Class. The price difference is only 25 bucks all around between a different account size, but they have the same exact structure as First Class Forex Funds. They do have different types of accounts. They have rapid, they have accelerated, they have regular evaluation. With these accounts, you can basically pay more and get things done faster, or actually skip and just get to a funded account. That's pretty much it. All these companies, like I said, I do not work with, but I have had accounts with, or have accounts with. That way, I could give you guys first-hand recommendations with companies that actually do pay out and actually do have decent customer service. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and have a good one.